by the way, you get a ring on the Halo phone. There is a general request from the High King for an emergency meeting of the century and the Council of Kings, a combined gathering this evening in the Capitol building. Combined meetings take place at the same place as the century.
All right, well, over there then.
Eli, I believe you're still, the question would be whether or not, or where are you if you're at work, and work includes being with Damien. That information that he picked up hopefully cycles to you pretty quickly.
Alright, I presume I'm an errand boy, so wherever he has me going. If I'm not there, then close by to make sure I'm able to do so.
Inside.
Hey, I'm still here.
Oh yeah, is that meeting started?
Yeah. You see the video. It is from perspective of Christianus. Arliss, in your heart of hearts, you know that the shadow corrupts everything that it touches. How could you have brought that back here to the Citadel? You see Tiberius step into view. Oh, Tiberius, this is your doing. And now you both are corrupted. You leave the Palatinites no choice but to purge you and your followers and everything your shadow has touched from this land. Christianus, you are a regicide and a traitor to the realm. You have been since you murdered High King Julius. I executed a child rapist. Indeed, I let him live longer than I should have. I won't make that mistake with you. It's treason, then. As Justiciar of the realm, I charge you, Tiberius Ardan Armand, with consorting with shadows. Surrender or be destroyed. I will never surrender to you, Christianus. So be it. You've all seen the recording. He sent it to those whom he trusted, and copies have gone to everyone else since then. I suppose I could stand up and tell you that I am not consorting with shadows. The same shadows which, for so many years we've told, are the figment of children's imaginations and certainly no longer exist if they did. But that would be the accused, at least according to Haydn Christianus, just declaring that he's innocent. I present to you instead the witness, not only of Christianus's final attempt on my life, but also of his plans as he came forward to do them. I introduce to you the former Master Palatinate Garza Berkin Valaspir. And let him take oath and speak. And Valaspir comes out, and he takes oath. And he witnesses that he saw no evidence of any shadow activity. Rather, it was an invention of Elder Palatinate Haydn Christianus, an admitted excuse to remove Tiberius and put someone more malleable on the throne. Having given his witness, Tiberius calls in a number of individuals from the Citadel. Men who were on guard, or the steward, who received instructions from the Elder Hospitaller of Wand to secure and remove the marks of the king and of the realm, Quivendir and Lorcris. though, they faithfully resisted that and did not allow her or her operatives to do so, though there were many attempts. On top of that, a number of individuals are brought in indicating that the elder hospitaller was making calls through the night to many different individuals attempting to accomplish this aim, knowing that Christianus was coming. As each witness presents the little piece that they have, the little part that they know, there comes a point where you hear gunfire outside, and Tiberius says, "The Palant Knights have raised forces. They have brought portions of the legions from the north that were supposed to be protecting Tamarin, and they have brought them to invade Tamarin. They have taken forces, men, and arms from the Fortress Palatine, and even now they are attempting to break into this building and take control of the government for themselves. Gentlemen, we are fortunate that there are still people loyal to the legal government of our land. But right now we stand at a crossroads. We stand on a razor's edge. And unless I am given help, unless you stand with me, as you stood with me against those that would enrich themselves at the cost of our people, we will fall. I ask of you, emergency powers, to be able to resist this coup. I ask, not in violation of the covenant of the realm, but in recognition that the Palant Knights and powerful forces, and even in the city of Wand, have already broken it. It was a good document at the founding of our realm. Sadly, a more naive time, I think. But we need now to act according to our existing laws. And as you well know, the existing covenant would undo many of the laws that keep our land safe. We have needed the legions. We need to be realistic. And so if you will stand with me tonight, I want to stand together tomorrow for a better realm. Will you stand with me? And you are familiar with the Tiberians.
I am. Yes.
And they are a huge portion of the century now. They number more than 70. It is a supermajority. And the Tiberians are swift to stand. And they look at the others that do not rise as quickly. And you watch as one by one, with varying degrees of resistance, nevertheless, the people stand. What do you do?
This exact sort of thing happened a long time ago, and I shall give the same answer. I sit still.
It is noted.
Indeed.
Eli,
Am I in the room here?
you have a choice. Where do you want to be? You can either be outside.
I want to be here.
You want to be
I'm
there?
here.
Okay, you are there.
I'm really curious what I see.
So
Oh.
Give me a Constitution roll.
Yeah, a bunch of palette knights are there, right?
Constitution rolls always mean good things.
And other stuff.
Oh, yeah, and we always do so well
And
on them.
I've been in this room for a
Can you
fair
grab me
duration
boy
at this
a little
point. 1.
Oh.
Very good.
100% conscious for this.
Yeah.
I hope that's good.
That
could be bad.
I had a lot of like head pat energy, like very good.
That's so good. That's
You're you
so
can
good.
one there is background. Obviously, there's always background radiation. You're always on the edge of blindness.
This is a crowded room.
There are good days. There are bad days. Just trying to navigate the city when you can't ever turn it off. But at this moment, that wrenching, retching sensation that would make you vomit, you have a great grip on. Because standing in Tiberius, you see such power, such overwhelming virtue that you cannot see his face.
No.
But the thing is, normally when you encounter that, and you haven't encountered something on this scale.
I'm glad I'm across a room from this.
Yes. The weird thing about this, the really, really odd thing about this is whenever you encounter like palette knights or talents, or just people that have more money than they know what to do with it, so they bought a whole ton of Baums and they're just bleeding virtue all over the place.
Diggling.
Yeah, it's blinding. This is the reverse. It is hard to look at because there is no light there. It's blinding by means of darkness.
I probably haven't heard anything that's been said, not just for sake of being distracted, but because I cannot hear what is being said. So when other people start standing up, I only notice because it's a lot of motion and a lot of light.
You probably have sweat on the back of your neck, just that force of will maintaining control.
If you hadn't rolled a 1, you would have just herped right there in the room.
I'm pretty sure I'd be
You would've
twitching
just
on the ground.
Thrown up all over the
A little bit of
place.
foam.
Oh my goodness.
So when
give yourself a seizure?
when everyone else stands up, I continue staring at the darkness penetrating through the light of everybody between me and it.
It affects, and you realize that this messes with your senses, not just sight. Sight is just one aspect, but every sense gets touched. Smell gets touched. Taste. You can taste the presence here. You can hear. Because when he speaks, it is as though there are 1,000 voices speaking with him. It is overwhelming, and every trick you have learned through your life, you now employ. You employ it well, and you are in command of yourself. God is gracious.
Congratulations.
And you don't need a new pair of pants.
I even have courage.
You don't need not piss yourself. You have not projectile vomited all over the room.
This is a good day for me.
What are you doing though?
Our seat's comfy.
Eli is
Did you say my seat's comfy?
Yes.
I don't. Does he have like his own booth box area where like me and his other lackeys can?
No, you've seen the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding the fact that he's not standing.
No, but
And there's enough separation that each centurion does have room for support staff, in that it is distinct in that fashion. But you don't have. This isn't the Senate of Star Wars.
I am in some way leaning or sitting or crouching or in general being behind him. And I'm doing it.
The amazing thing
so
about
hard, you're on the floor.
the amazing thing about him is that everything that is going on in front of him, he is like a rock that it just flows by and it doesn't even seem to touch him.
Nice.
I want to be behind that rock.
You are.
And unlike the previous time where I remained still, there was at least one other guy. I assume this time I'm alone.
You are alone. Yeah.
You and
There's
Eli.
too much.
Maybe like
Too much has been lost since the war vote. Too often, standing against the High King has been to stand against virtue, stand against the law, stand against traitor. To stand against all things that are good and righteous has been where Tiberius has always somehow landed. And so now, as everyone stands with that, you sit. And it is noted. Needless to say, that vote for emergency powers passes. What is more,
So he has the whole Bank of East Side. Yeah. And the emergency
he has the
powers.
bank of the realm, the banks of the realm.
Yeah.
What is more, he sits down, and the head of the Tiberians stands up and states for the century that Haydn Christianus gave aid and comfort, abetted the enemy by attempting to kill the High King, by attempting to kill Tiberius. It was an act of treason. And the century, therefore, should acknowledge and confirm the judgment that fell upon him. And there is a vote. And then the same as that is passed, the same says that as he enriched himself by his power in the realm, those riches should return to the realm from which he took them.
Oh, we need to get out.
And they pass a resolution to seize his properties. The Christianus estate.
Oh.
To be taken into the possession of the realm for its defense immediately.
Yes.
And that passes.
Yes, take the hospital full of plague victims.
This is over.
a 501c3.
Yeah, and that's why the U.S. Constitution has a bar against attainder for treason and things like that.
Funny didn't stop Arlington Cemetery from
Yep, Arlington Cemetery was taken.
before the war was even over.
That was General Lee's property.
Eli leaves the room quietly and then makes a dash for
It's
it.
okay, it's sacred ground.
You hear gunfire, you making a dash for it, you come out the doors, you see the pillars and the steps, and you see two huge cherubim just firing away into a body of troops that have been attempting to get up the steps until almost 500 men lie slaughtered in an attempt to take Tiberius. And then it's over.
I step out the side and go back to the Christianus estate post haste.
Okay. You slip by, grab horse, take the horse and make for the Christianus estate at best speed. And it is not long afterwards that a lathered horse rides up to the gate, and there's a who goes.
Eli, I'm one of the refugees. I need to speak to Lady Christianus.
Hold. And you are found. And did Eli have permission to come back in, according to the rules you set?
No one comes in without my okay.
I wouldn't have been there when you took.
Yeah. So you've got a man at the gate named Eli, who wants to speak with you.
A boy, let's be honest.
A boy.
Is he on the phone? Just put it through.
He's on a horse.
Sorry.
I'm not even a horse. Like, this is probably the second time in my life I have touched a horse, so.
So you would not have been riding.
The fact that
Clinging
I'm
to
on.
it in desperation.
Yes, there's more.
It was like
It's
hold
a
on
very
to it.
well trained
It's a
horse.
trot.
it was 4 miles.
It is the most.
There was no
excellent.
He is granted
Yours.
access.
Yeah. You're allowed in. What
It's
message
just
do you deliver?
In hand.
The Century has voted away your property, lady. They've declared your father a traitor, and I think they're gonna come for you and everything here.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Please get out.
Time to go to Dodge.
Arliss,
Oh.
Yes.
I thought you'd get out of it.
when it is over, what do you do?
I check in with the
He's as calm as you.
capital. Oh, I can put you back in the hot seat.
Yep, that's,
You get the moderately checked. I sang.
you, they're mopping up at this point, but they held the capital.
Do we have the talents accounted for?
Talents are accounted for.
Do you need any assistance?
Not at this time. What would you have us to do?
Just make sure nobody else starts a fight, and I'm going to attempt to sleep because I'm sure it's been a long day for you, but it's been a long day for me.
3 days.
Yeah.
And so, as you are stumbling back to find a place to sleep,
Still saying
the last action of the
It's pretty well decided.
century comes as Tiberius, with great humility and soberness, accepts the powers given to him.
Does he decline twice first?
He asked for them. You can't decline that. He asked.
No.
Before you grant me my request, think about what you're doing.
And
I mean, I couldn't. Okay.
he
Okay, I guess I will.
raises the issue that clearly the oaths that the Pallant Knights have taken, indeed that the Talents have taken, they have in their own consciences found a way to get around, because these oaths are empty, not being made to people. And so it is decided by the century that the Talents must retake oath to Tiberius, and that those that refuse to will be identified as traitors to the realm and subject to the appropriate laws and sanctions. As you are stumbling back to find a place to go to sleep, where do you apartment near? You never really got an apartment set up per se. I mean,
to be honest, I think I find
I find a place that has a convenient bench
Who's watching
that
Mirror?
is in a waiting room.
No one is watching Mirror.
No one's watching Mirror?
Everyone knows that Laura's watching you.
Yeah. Well, no,
He doesn't
there-
remember that.
There are absolutely photographers all throughout this building. But yeah, I basically find
I was the first to go.
a bench in a waiting area somewhere, and it's probably I might be on all of the second floor before I just go. No, this is good. And
Down you go.
and I don't really want to be that close to Mary right now.
That's okay. And somewhere, way, about 6 stories deep in your subconscious,
8 hours ago.
you do not think about one of the reasons that you were more comfortable being away from Meru. Because as subconsciously buried as it can possibly be, you absolutely do not want to look under her bed.
Which is a set. About things under
And the credits for Herald of Empire begin to scroll as he settles down to sleep.